Okay, so it's been a little while since I've done a review on a Piggy Antflix episode, but Piggy Antflix is back with its episode 3 and I'm gonna go over it. Now, first of all, premise-wise, the story is basically the same, but including additional aspects. Now, as for the new character, it turns out that he is the cashier guy from episode 1. He says that there's a way that he keeps himself alive in the infection that sounds very mysterious, but as for this episode, other than leading the group to the old oak, he doesn't serve very much narrative importance. He just tags along with Mimi and the others and falls to the wayside in the secondary subplot. Anyway, another thing to take note of is that Pony has an interaction with Tio, and despite the fact that Pony has no idea who Tio is, he acts way too trusting and accepts Tio's offer. I'd say my best guess of why he was so trusting in the first place is because of desperation. Anyway, in terms of animation, it's not great or anything. I don't think it's the sole problem of the series in general, but it wouldn't really be a stretch to say that the fight scene between Ant and Kitty is the best looking animation in the episode. I think it is really cool that they were able to animate Ant's eyes and give him eyebrows separate from the head and actually animate them separately. It's a real cool touch that I have no idea how they do. They probably do it in Blender. Anyway, as for the voice acting, just like the animation, it doesn't really improve in quality. But in this case, I think it's for the worse. Especially the Zizzy revealing the scratch moment. The scene is worse than it could have been, mainly because the voice acting sounded so bland and sounded like he was reading from a script. By the way, remember in episode 5 of book 1 when Bunny was crying and when she spoke she sounded completely different? They do that exact same thing in this episode with Zizzy and it is just as jarring. To reiterate, I think Ant should get more people to voice the characters. This idea has clearly worked with the few times that he has done that, and I think they would improve the series for the better. Anyway, spoilers ahead just in case you haven't seen the episode yet. We see Zizzy infected and attack Willow, which clearly isn't going to infect her because that is how these series work, but it buys the gang time to escape. But before Willow can shoot them, infected Zizzy goes after Willow. But before Zizzy can attack Willow, Pandy beheads Zizzy. Now, I just want to set this straight, just in case Antflix plans to pull some random bullshit and imply trying to revive Zizzy from that. Unlike having your consciousness trapped inside of your mind, no cure is gonna make you come back from a beheading. It is kinda obvious that the Tio scene is gonna tie into Zizzy. I have no idea how they're going to execute the distraction chapter. Maybe they just won't in the first place. Like, what kind of insolence magic brings someone back from the dead like that to normal? Heck, I doubt that Tio even intends on doing that in the first place. He could literally just make Zizzy an insolent zombie and that would be awesome. I'm mainly just worried about how Ant plans to go about Zizzy's death going forward. I think killing Zizzy off sounds like an interesting idea and sounds like it could pull the book 2 story in a different direction. That is, unless it is executed in a ass-polished, safe way that undermines the consequences in the story. Anyway, in conclusion, as for the overall episode, quality-wise, it is exactly what you expect from an Antflix episode. But what do you guys think of this episode? Make sure to like, subscribe, and bye.